Yes.
Recording na, sir.
Alright, so what do we do with wood here? First is you apply. Apply the yellow.
Oh,
Right?
ganda na po.
Tissue. And of course, the S motion. Remember? There's enough nasa load sa brush. And then, after which, while it's still wet, I'm gonna get the brown. Okay? Now I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna start here. So it's just barely touching. Look at the tip. So I'm controlling my tip. So this is like the underwash for the brown. I'm not gonna go full of it. No, I'm just gonna spread that a bit, but you know, nothing more. I'm gonna leave that for a while and let it dry, and then we'll go to the rooms. So remember the standards of our room coloring, like the yellow for the corridors. Now it would help if you pencil, you know, some of the areas. Just light pencil it so that you know that you know. Yeah, like, but then I'll just do this. Again, the consistency, you can do the S thing if you, yeah. So you need some sort of like a number 10 brush or something, or number 8 at least. So I'm going to do the corridor here. There's a line there. So I'm doing the edge, but that's it. Nothing more. It should be, you know, it should be seamless. Habang it's loaded, and then okay. You need to kind of have a preparation for where, you know, with the brush. Okay, so this is still a corridor? No, it's a room already.
Room.
Okay. So I stop here. Okay, make sure that the corners are filled up. Kind of overwhelming if you're just if you have a very small brush and then you have to brush and brush. But yeah, basic kind of. So what about the areas where you need pink, you need orange? So the pink one, since we only have red here,
Red and white.
For example, okay, so I'm gonna color this. So I'm gonna do only the flooring. I'm gonna wet this first. I'm gonna say wet it first. You know, the bigger areas are with clear water. Small amount, not too much. Huh? Here I'm gonna avoid the doors. Hoping that this is already dry. That's it. Make sure that, you know, it doesn't go dry so fast. So I'm just gonna pick up the red. Here, I'm gonna. Never mind. You need to pick. Yeah, just because you know it's not common that you. I'm gonna drop the pigments first, right? Just gonna drop them like that, beads of them, and then I'm gonna dry my brush a bit. I'm going to spread it with my tip of my. Yeah, henceforth it becomes pink, pinkish, reddish. You know, it's diluted. I'm avoiding the furniture. I'm avoiding the bed, the carpet. So I'm just pushing with my tip very, very carefully, because if you're gonna damage the paper if it's too much force, right? So it's the soft tip of the brush that needs to be used. I'm just gonna go and do it like that, and right here I'm hoping, you know, that everything's not going to dry. You do these first per room. Finish per room. Don't try to do like multiple pink rooms flooring. And yeah, that's it. So you have your one coded thing that's supposed to be pink. But you know, it's kind of it looks intense. Okay, so it's not. Don't worry about it not being so flat. That's the natural way of watercolor. But so let's try to paint this one orange. What do you do with orange? What's the mixture? Of course, you have to mix enough so that you know you don't run out. Consistency is going to be like semi between tea and coffee. I mean, okay, this is that idea. So you're gonna add a bit more red, and then you know what orange looks like, right? Looks like that. Does it look like orange? Here, if we have enough, I'm gonna color this. I'm gonna do this straight without the yellow. So I'm just gonna go and do the kind of S thing. Careful. I'm gonna go there. See, I'm just gonna color this with my tip of the brush. I'm transporting the pigment onto the paper. See, I'm gonna go and do that. Again, orange corresponds to the color coding of the rooms that we did. So look, it's drying already. So make sure that you know you don't leave that door swing blank, or else it looks strange. And there you go. Now you might be tempted to go back there. No, don't, because it's already drying. Now let's get back to this, the wood part. See, make sure that you know you don't stamp your hand, your palm onto the still drying area. So that's fine. See, I'm okay with this consistency. All right. After which, okay, we wash our brushes. We wash our brush again. So I'm just using one brush. Let's play, of course, light blue. If you don't have a light blue like this, go for the, again, dilute it. Make a tea consistency of a blue. Okay, this is too dark.
The one on the left is more bright.
No, that's green.
The one on the very left.
The very left, this one?
Was bright.
Right.
Very bright siya. Very left.
Oh yes, that's more of the. I'm gonna mix a bit more water. Okay, that's too much diluted, so I'm gonna add more pigments. More pigments. A bit more. So toilets are blue. This is still wet. This is supposed to be where your shower is. Yeah. So the edges, the corners, yeah. If you have too much excess, you dry your brush a bit and you lift a bit of that excess. But nothing more to damage your surface of your paper. Okay. Yeah, there you go. So it's just leave it aside. Now let's get back to the thing. Of course, all the others like the violet or purple is for the fixtures. You have your brown for your furniture. Here I'm gonna go use this is burnt sienna, I guess. For consistency in brown. I'm gonna get a consistency of coffee. Consistency of coffee. That's why you need two separate water. One for washing, one for picking up water, clear water. So it's kind of tea. Okay, medyo, let me just test this. Okay, again, tip of your too diluted, so I'm gonna add in a bit more pigment. So every other panel, I'm gonna color it. I have that variations of wood. I'm gonna don't overdo it because if you keep on doing it, going over and over that same area, it's gonna ruin. You're gonna ruin it. It's like one go. Put the corners habang napapansin mo yung corners ay blanco pa, and then just be patient. So you let that dry, and then I'm gonna intensify my brown by putting this a bit of red. Okay, ganito. Not really. More like put a bit of blue. Makes it darker. See, it's getting darker. A bit more. There you go. Now I can do the other side. So may parang variations. Oops. So it's not dry yet. Ideally, you let it dry first and then you go on to the next. So you can have a series. You do this like the underwash first, and then you go on to the. Now, one management of your areas, what you can do is you start from the top, and then you go down, so that you don't have to constantly go up there. And then let that dry. Habang ito nagde-dry, habang nag-wet, nagde-dry na dito, then you go switch. Now you can flip your paper, you can rotate it, and you can do that. Okay? So here, I'm gonna go and just finish this. So I'm not completing this thing. Okay, so here, I want this to be darker. Oops. What did I just do? I just used my finger to push out the pigment. Pro move. Okay, here I'm gonna do this strip, the lighter one. I'm gonna leave it. Now you see the illusion now that it's becoming looking like a wood. I'm just eliminating all the yellows, but there are some areas that you can still see the yellows, but that's fine. Here, oops. Here. Oops. Pro move. That is when that's if you need to have your fingers clean. I use my pinky fingers to kind of push those if I'm going overboard. But you see, so I made a mistake here. Look at that. My palm went to the wet area. So now it's, but no worries. So you can just something like this lang. That's it. Don't overdo it. Don't
Pero
overdo
iba yung
it.
kulay sa kanya.
Iba yung point.
Sorry.
Ulit na siya.
But you see the thing that we need. Also the stairs, for example, if it's wood, I know it's usually yellow, but if you want to have a texture, oops, I forgot. First you have to do a. Sorry. Yellow first, right? Right. Let that dry. Do a consistent like this. Okay. That's it. So, forgot the yellow. So I'm just gonna push in habang hindi pa dry. But you can't do this when it's already dry. Right? You have to kind of push those corners where you missed. But that's it. Simple matter of just applying watercolor for architectural rendering. But that's it. No need for shadows. Don't do shadows here. Okay, that's it. Stop.